Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Juju's Journey. Everyone calls me Juju. My grandchildren, my children, my close friends. My nickname's been Juju for about 35 years now. If you watched my video from yesterday, you saw that we took our budget and we broke it down into the denominations that we needed for the month of October. Well, I went to the bank today and took out the denominations that I needed. And so I have 132 ones, $1 bills. I think that's right. No, 137 $1 bills. I have 24, no. I gotta figure this out. Okay, I see it. 137 ones, 57 fives, 22 tens, 46 20s, 3 50s. No. Okay, this is, I need, okay, 12 100s, I see, 5 50s, then here we are again. We're 46 20s, 22 10s, 57 5s, and 137 ones. Anyway, if my calculations, everything worked out good in my planning, then the amount that I requested from the bank today, plus what I had left over from last month from unstuffing my envelopes for my bank drafts, I should have $3,012 because when I budgeted, I was $12 over. So I pulled $12 from my overflow from last month. So we're going to be dealing with $3,012 for the month of October. So let's count and see if our math is correct, okay? So I'm going to get my little sticky pad, and we'll start with the ones, okay? So we know we have, these are $50 each in each envelope, so that's 100. 101, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. So we have $137 in ones. Okay, let's go ahead and put this back in my, okay, fives. We have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 105, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 200, 205, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85. So we have $285 in fives. I hope everybody's doing great. It's a beautiful day here. Our high is only going to be like 79, 80 degrees. So when I went walking this morning, it was right at 70 degrees. Perfect weather. It was a little humid, but you know, I'll take that any day versus 99 to 100 degrees. I love fall and I love spring. But our winters are real mild here too. But beautiful, beautiful day. Just a few puffy clouds. Like they look like real clouds, not those little chemtrail clouds. Beautiful clouds, blue skies, sun. I know we have another hurricane out there, but right now we're good. It's beautiful weather. So we have in tens, we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200, 210, and 220. $220 and tens. I think I needed more 5s and 20s than I needed anything else. So we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 220, 40, 60, 80, 300, 320, 40, 60, 80, 400, 420, 40, 60, 80, 500, 520, 40, 60, 80, 600. If I don't put them in piles of tens, I get confused. 620, 40, 60, 80, 700, 720, 40, 60, 80, 800, 820, 40, 60, 80, 920. So we have $920 and $20 bills. I'm filming this today around 4 o'clock. My goal is going to be to try to schedule when these drop, so they'll drop earlier instead of like at 2 o'clock in the morning. These videos, so we'll see if I can figure out how to schedule. It shouldn't be hard. So we've got 50, 100, 50, 250. So $250 and $50 bills. And then we'll count our 100s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. $1,200. So 1,200. So let's do a quick total on this. And then we can stuff my binder that I put my whole month of income in. Okay, so we have 137 plus 285, 220, 920, 250, 1,200, $3,012 is a miracle. So you're not always that lucky. But you know what I do is now that I'm 1 month ahead, I just roll with it. And whatever's left over in my binder, I'll roll it over for the next month. It's okay. But we did great this month. We set our budget, went and got our cash, and it all the mathed. I call that a good day, any day. Okay, so what I do with my one, okay, first of all, let's explain, in case you just came in. It's October 1st. Today is Wednesday, October 1st, 2025. I think if you go back and watch my other videos, you'll see that this binder is my binder that I have set up to hold my $3,000. I called this my bank binder. I'm on a fixed income, $3,000. That $3,000 it's got to pay my house payment, my light bill, my water bill, my cable bill, my internet, my phone. And then it's got to feed me. It's got to clothe me. It's got to pay my taxes for next year. You know, I have to budget. So I pull all of my money in the right denominations that I need and put them in this binder. Then each week when I stuff my envelopes, I pull from this binder. That way I don't have to run to the bank, and I just stick this in my safe so it's all safe and sound. But I don't have to run to the bank. I have all the denominations that I need. I'm 1 month ahead in the bank, so when things get drafted, I don't have to worry about overdraft. So I'm on a fixed income of $3,000 a month, so I keep $3,000 in my checking, $3,000 in this binder. And when things get drafted, I go to the envelope that I've designated those expenditures to, and I pull from that, because I check my bank balance every day, and I, pull the cash out and I stick it in my bank bag. And so at the end of the month, I take what's left over, count it after I do my budget, see how many 1s, 5s, 10s, 20s, 50s, and 100s I need from the bank, and we go from there. But I already have part of my cash here. So today I only had to pull from the bank, I don't even remember. It wasn't much. It was like $1,200 or something of that, something like that. It wasn't much because I had that much cash left over. So anyway, I cannot fit 137 ones in this binder. So I have these cute little envelopes that I ordered off of Amazon, and I keep these in this bank bag. So whenever I need to replenish the ones in my bank, I have them to do so. But I always just kind of stick it to the side. And so let's just get started. And let me pull this so I'll know what I'm doing. Okay, we'll start with Gigi since it's number 1. Okay, can y'all see? Okay, so Juju, that's me. I need 8 20s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I need 4 10s. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that should be $200. So we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80. How in the world did I mess up? 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200. That's correct. So I'm going to put this in my envelope. And I don't think this has really been tracked since 8/16. What month are we in? We're in the 10th month. Okay, so we're just going to scratch this, and I'm going to know that I have 200, okay? So we're going to start out with 200. and start tracking this all over again. And this is money I can spend on whatever I want without any questions asked. I mean, if I want to save that $200 and keep saving and let it get up to $1,000, that's just between me and this cash. It doesn't go towards anything except what I choose to spend it on. Groceries. It's going to be the same, I believe, 8. And I have not kept up with this either. For some reason, I guess it's going to have 200. So I'll go ahead and stick that in, and then we'll get that right. And I do need to keep up with the trackers better, because if you accidentally put money in the wrong envelope, at least you can find it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 20s. And how many 10s do we need? 4 10s. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And we already know, we just counted the other one. We know that turns out to be 200. Dining out needs 4 20s. This is for the whole month meal. When I stuff my cash wallet on Friday, I pull from this this binder. $10.1, and it has 80. I'm gonna mark that out. Okay, miscellaneous. We'll have 4 10s. Let's do this. One, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, lunch should have 4 20s. 2, 4, 6, 8. We're starting out with $80 for the month of October. Okay, Blue Cross Blue Shield. We need 1 100 and 2 1s. Okay. House payment. We need 7 $100 bills. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need 150, 120, 110, and 1 5. And that should bring us at $785. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 50, 70, 80, 85. $7.85. 10, 1. Okay, water and sewage. I need 150, 120, and 110. So that's $80. Electricity. Oh gosh, $731. My electric bill was $420. That's crazy. So 10-1. Electricity, I need 2 100s. 150. You see how having a relationship with your cash. And 120. Like when you have to touch this, it makes you feel, okay, I think I can probably, instead of having it set on 68, because you're having hot flashes, you might be able to set your thermostat on 72. And right now I'm even trying to put it on 75 because it's kind of cool. And I have a fan. So, I mean, only at night. So $270. Let me make sure again. Electricity, 2 100s, 150, and 120. Okay. So you've got that. And as these bills are drafted, it's like, okay, when it gets drafted out of my checking account, I come in and I pull it out of this envelope, put it in my bank bag. And then if I look, you know, go online and look, and I see, oh girl, you better take some money and put it in the bank. It's from bills that have already, like, you know, you have that money to, you just replace what just came out. But if you're a month ahead, you don't have to run back to the bank to do that. But I used to have to do that, like, you know, a couple of months ago, actually. I'm just to the point that I feel confident enough to pull $3,000 instead of running to the bank to deposit every time I spent something out of my checking account as a draft. You know, if I had the cash here pulled, no. I wanted to make sure I had it on hand. Okay. In my bank, so there were no mishaps. Phone bills getting 150, 110, and 15. So that should be $65. I can't remember. One of my phone bills either 60 or 65, and my internet is either 60 or 65. And then, like, every third month, both of them are 65. It's just crazy. So I just pulled $65 for both of them. And that way, it doesn't mess me up. See, it was 63, 731. It's just, I guess it's however many weeks we have, or days, how they land. But I usually, now I'm just going to budget 65 and be done with it. Okay, so that's 150, 110, and a 5. Okay, I did that correct. I am correct. I did it correctly. Checking fees are $7, so I need 1 5 and 2 1s. service payment plan. I need one 100, and I need $1 bill. When I start keeping up with these trackers again, it'll be good because I won't have to pull other resources just to find out exactly how much something like my electric bill went up or down. It'll be on my tracker. Scrubbies is 35. So I need 120, 110, and 15. So that's 35. And then gas. It's going to be $50, but I did 2 20s and 1 5. Wait a minute. Oh, I skipped pets because I already hit. This one's funded. So, gas. This is the one I had leftover gas money from last month, which I'm going to make 2 beach strips, really, and so I probably might even need more than $65, but we'll see. I'm just going to put that I have $65 since we're starting over. Okay. Okay, now we don't even have to do anything because those are just for my bills, and then the rest is stuffing envelopes once a week. So I'm just going to stick all of my ones. I don't know if I should keep trackers or not. Maybe I should. I feel like that's going to be too complicated. I know that I pulled the right amount of money because that's a lot of ones to pull every week. So maybe if I borrow from it for something, I'll write it on the tracker. So all of my ones go in the ones. My 5s go in my 5s. Gabby, do you need to go outside? My 10s go in my 10s. We'll go in just 1 minute. 20s go in the 20s. And something's not right, y'all. What did I not give a 100 to? Why do I have an extra 100? Oh, I know. Okay. This, I did not. I'm going to put it in the overflow. This is for that one subscription I do not have an envelope for yet, okay? So I'm going to stick it in my overflow, and I'll come back and make an envelope, okay? If that makes sense. So everything did good. So now look, I probably won't even be able to barely close it. But that's the hard part. We've done all the hard work. It took me, I spaced out working on my budget over a 2-day period. You know, an hour one day, maybe 30 minutes to an hour the next day. Maybe it was a total 1 hour process. I know I videoed it, but it was 2 hours because we made a video. But if you were doing your budget at home, it wouldn't take you probably but an hour maybe an hour and a half. But if you start, I usually try to start because I'm still not finished setting up for the whole month of October, because last month was just a dud month for me. And I have a feeling it was a dud month for everybody. We just had a dark cloud hanging over us, if you know what I mean. But usually I try to start planning or getting everything ready for my budget. Just a few minutes a day just to set up my next month's calendar, total out my ledger, make sure, I know how much money I spent on each item and do things like that. But, I figured since we're going to start working this, so when January comes, y'all will have all the tools you need to be successful. You will not start January 1st trying to gather all this information. You can start practicing now. And then by the time January 1st rolls around, you'll know what works for you and what doesn't work, and you can tweak it. But you just won't be starting out January 1st and say things don't go right and you get frustrated and you quit. I don't want you to quit. I want you to stick with it. And then January 1st rolls around, you will be set to go to meet all of your goals for 2026. And that's what my goal is if I can help one person get motivated in order to better themselves, get out of debt, stress-free, like live a stress-free life. That's my goal. I would love to help just one person, because it's scary. I mean, I know I've told you I don't want to dwell on it because I know it's sad. And this year has been the most depressing year of my life so far in my 57 years. And so if I've been able to dig myself out and try not to be so stressed out due to money, and this worked for me, I think it can work for you too. You just have to have a relationship with your money. I mean, my husband and I were married for 35 years. And then we were dated like 2.5 years. I mean, we dated since I was 21 and I'm 57. So however many years that is. I've always managed our money, but we ended up having 5 children. And I worked at a preschool, so I didn't make any money. Very little money. And the majority of that time, I was a stay-at-home mother until my children got old enough to go to preschool with me. But then whenever I would have another baby, I would stay at home for maybe 2 years and then go back to school when that child was ready to go to preschool. I'm a firm believer if you can stay at home, So my husband and I always planned our budget just based on his income. And he had a decent income. We were not wealthy by any means, and we lived paycheck to paycheck, but we were not destitute either, if that makes any sense. We've always been able to pay our bills. We never really got behind, but my husband and I did not keep up with the Joneses. I've had this is my second new car in my whole entire life. And I actually was able to pay cash for the second one because I did 2 trade-ins. They actually gave me money back. But I've only paid for 1 new car. Well, we did get a new truck too, but that truck is still going. My son has it, and it's a 2004. So, we drove we didn't just go out and get new things. Now, we spent money on silly stuff, but it was stuff that made us happy in our day-to-day life, Like, we never skimped on steak, shrimp, crab legs. Like, if we wanted to grill out, we grilled out. But that only came every now and again, too, because he worked 7 days a week, and then he rotated shifts, so he would only have 1 weekend off a month, so we wanted to enjoy it. But we we had to live frugal because we had no choice. But had we started this envelope system, we would not have been living paycheck to paycheck for the majority of our children's young lives. We would not have had that stress or headache saying, okay. I mean, they all played ball and did extracurricular activities. That was set up in my budget. But I didn't budget like this. I just would say, okay, this is how much money we have, and I would spend it, you know. And then luckily enough, you know, when house taxes rolled around or car insurance, I mean, we had it. Well, back then, car insurance, we paid it every month because I didn't have enough cash to go save myself $600 to pay it once a year. You know, that didn't happen until probably 10 years ago, until I got to the point where I could do that. But what I'm saying is if you do this, and you start now, you won't have to live paycheck to paycheck like my husband and I did. You know, yes, we always made sure we had enough money for emergency and savings. You know, we were good at that. But, you know, sometimes we'd have to touch it. And that's not fun either. But we never did. I will have to say this about us. We did not use credit cards. We had a credit card for in case of emergency. But I think we used that credit card one time and then we paid it off. We did not have credit card debt. So that makes me feel good. Of course, our credit rating got high due to getting a couple of car loans. My husband and I co-signed for our kids to get their first cars. Things like that. That's how we kept our credit going. But we didn't do credit cards. So I guess I'm lucky in that aspect because I could have had debt, you know. But I guess I'm very lucky too because, you know, he did retire. So he had a really good retirement set up. But, you know, of course, that's tied up with my financial advisor. And, of course, it's got to roll over to me and it's all got to be taxed. Whereas it didn't have to roll over quite yet when my husband was alive. But, you know, that's where I get my little bit of money every month. And that's it. I do sell on eBay. That's another thing. I do. When I get off here, I'm going to list 3 items. Hell or high water, I'm going to list something because I did not list one item last month. I think I sold 2 things this week, and last week I think I sold 2. But if you list every day on eBay, you'll sell probably about, if you have something worth of 1 to 2 items a day at least, and then sometimes more than that. And so if I'm going to try to be able to enjoy my life a little bit, I need to get my side hustle going. So anyway, this is what this channel is. It's encouraging each other. How about give me a thumbs up, please? Like, share, comment. Please leave me a comment. I would love to hear from you guys. I would really love to hear from you. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy your day. We're going to start enjoying our life. I'm not going to be depressed anymore. I'm going to wake up every day with a purpose, and I'm going to make things happen. And you are too. So let's leave with my favorite Bible verse, which is, may the Lord bless you and protect you. May the Lord smile down on you and be gracious to you. May the Lord show you his favor and give you his peace. And that's number 6, verse 24 through 26. Thank you for watching. I hope y'all watched to the end. It looks like people are not, but hopefully y'all did this time. Thank you. Talk to you later. Bye.